Let's go. Yeah. Yup. You tuned into another episode of the 2-for-1 podcast. The pregame song for this episode is City of Gods. Fabio Foreign, Kanye West, Alicia Keys. Oh my goodness. Listen.
This is the one right here.
Damn. Let's go, Fabio.
This give you that motivation.
Oh my God. What?
This that wake up at 4:35 and go
Word.
get everything you need to get done.
Real
You chilling
talk.
by 10.
Real talk, man. Yo, Denzel, we are back. Welcome to another episode of the 2-for-1 podcast. I am one of the two, Jersey's own, Jersey's finest, Trevon Gross Jr. I'm joined by my dog, my brethren, my co-host, the man from the north side.
Yo.
Denzel Taylor is here. What's up, family?
I'm doing all right, man. You know, Valentine's Day just passed. How are you? What was going on? What was your situation over there, man?
Valentine's Day, do what I had to do. I had one of my closest homies, you know what I'm saying? He came through, he delivered flowers and chocolates to Shorty. Oh man.
Oh, you got it like that. You got the personal pull up. You ain't got the delivery man.
Dog,
you different.
Listen, this is why it's important to have friends. It's important to have friends that do anything for you. Cause man, I was in a position where, you know, ain't no ordering online to get it delivered, at least unless I was trying to pay, you know, the price tag, which I wasn't.
Egg bag.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had to hit my mans up, be like, yo, I need you to go to the grocery store, pick up some flowers, pick up these chocolates, head over there, drop them off for me. You know, my man's like, I send you the bread, the whole nine. So, you know, like I said, my man's got that done for me. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to Corey for real.
Wow. You got some great friends. Handcrafts with Corey, man.
Get the round of applause for Corey, man. My
guy. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know who I would call to get that job done. You got some stand-up friends.
Listen,
you got some good guys.
Listen, man, I pride myself on my relationships, man. But nah, Valentine's Day was cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as quiet as it's kept, Valentine's Day ain't for us, bro. But it's okay. That's a conversation for another podcast, conversation for another day. You know what I'm saying? We're here to talk hoops. But we got a couple shout outs. I know you know what I'm saying, you got something you
yeah, man. Condolences to my man Kenny Edgem, the Edgem family, man. Basketball player out here in Brampton. I grew up with him. They found him. Unfortunately, they found him passed away in his apartment overseas. It's crazy. So prayers going up to the family. Prayers going up for the old GTA that's mourning right now, the community, man. This one hurts, but you know, it's all about celebration. We're gonna celebrate.
Facts.
We're gonna keep living in this memory, man.
Facts. Round of applause. Now, I think for me, you know, I didn't know him personally, but I think what was cool to see. I don't want to say cool because I don't want to make light of it. I think what was good to see was just like the outpouring. Like you could see the impact. For me, like as someone that I'm not from Canada or whatever, but from all the people that, you know, I know that are in Canada, from Canada, just seeing them post and like, you know what I'm saying, you can tell like when like, you know, the community is really affected. So you know, rest in peace for real. That's tough. That's tough to deal with. So, you know, actually I just let's have a quick moment of silence for my man.
Yeah, let's get one there.
Quick moment of silence. All right. So rest in peace. Another shout out real quick before we really get into things, into our topic list. I got to shout out Sydney Carter from Texas A&M, the assistant coach. Listen, Sydney
boy.
Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Shout out to your stylist.
I love it. No, listen, I love it because I think these are the things that bring attention to women's basketball. These are the things that, you know what I'm saying, somebody's got to do it. So I really appreciate Sydney Carter for, you know what I'm saying, like probably not even knowing, like she probably put on the fit. It was just like, yo, I did this and like here, like she's focused on the game. But definitely shout out to Sydney Carter just for handling the whole situation the way that she has. Cause like the thing that I thought was dope was it wasn't even like she, you know what I'm saying, had the fit with the pink leather pants. and then like just kind of chilled out the next games because like she ain't want to like nah her next like the next couple fits
Fit
fire.
was showing out.
Yeah, like she really was like, okay, y'all looking, so I'm gonna give y'all something to look at. Like I really thought that was dope. And on top of that, her resume is like that. Like her resume is like that in terms of hooping. She
Mhm.
can hoop. So
She go,
yeah. Salute, round of applause. Sydney Carter, Texas A&M assistant coach. That's major. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing, these small little things, right? They push the women's game forward. And you know what I'm saying? As supporters of women's basketball here on the 2-for-1 podcast, like we support that. So I think that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of Valentine's Day, right? We were talking a little bit
mhm.
before, and basketball be getting in the way, man. Like I
It be
mean,
getting in the way.
it be getting in the way, dog.
See, that's crazy. For us, it's like it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. So for us, like we don't not necessarily have to be there all the time or do the crazy outstanding stuff. But like
Mhm.
in combat of that, we have to make up in other ways. So it's just like now
Yes.
we gotta go the extra mile. Now we gotta do the extras. But it's all good in some aspects. But yeah, as far as Valentine's Day and especially being a thick of things as a hooper, there's certain stuff that we're limited of doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Like you ain't about to set up the room with the rose petals on the day of. More than likely. Like more than likely. You're
See,
not.
it all depends. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you get that random off day, oh, then you up. You can do the things, right? You can take her out from the beginning of the day, end of the like you can do that. But if you got practice, if you got a game, shoot, an away game where you ain't even
Bro,
there, like,
especially if you got a game, because no matter what, if you got a game on Valentine's Day, it'll make it worse than a away game.
mhm,
Like, you could do whatever you wanna do, even as far as 2 days before Valentine's Day. You could show her the whole ropes. You could bring everything on a platter to her. It does not matter, fellas, because you know why? On the day of Valentine's Day, if you can't do all those stuff on Valentine's Day, she's still gonna feel left out. She's gonna be on Instagram, the socials, looking at everyone. "Oh my
mhm.
god, I wish I was with you on Valentine." Like, girl, I was just with you 2 days ago.
Word. She gonna feel
I
like
did
she's missing
more
out.
than everything that's going on here, and you
Word.
over here worried about the 14th. Like, come on,
Man,
man.
look, right on the money. Right on the bro, because you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I said, Valentine's Day ain't necessarily for us. So it's not like you and I are going on Instagram, Twitter, none of the things on Valentine's Day thinking to ourselves, oh, let me see what girls is giving they guys like like nah, bro. It's literally just all right. You know, it's this is this is a holiday for women to compete with each other, and
Yes,
so
yes.
you know, it's tough too because it's like at the end of the day, if it's a competition, you want your girl to win, but
But, yeah,
you
it's
know,
a
at the cost of
competition
my
of
pockets.
showing out and a competition of seeing who has the most secret bays.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Oh yeah. But I want to ask you, like, in terms of because obviously both of us are in very committed relationships and stuff like that. Speak to just like the level of understanding your girl has to have when it comes to this life of basketball because it's not just Valentine's Day. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? In
no.
terms of like basketball taking us away, quote unquote, from the relationship. But just speak to like how you have to navigate, you know, certain holidays or, you know, certain instances or whatever anniversaries, things like that, where it's like, okay, like you may have a game and like that takes precedent, but it's like you understand both are important. Like just speak to that.
For me, it's tough because, like, my girl is like, bro, she's a holiday person. She's definitely the celebration side, no matter what. Like, we could go to Chuck E. Cheese and win a game, and then the next day we're celebrating about that game. She's very much a celebrating person. So, like,
Hmm, hmm.
even those aspects, I just got to do my work early. Like she has an understanding. She's still sad. Like at the end of the day, she understands certain stuff I can't be there. But those moments and those memories that me not being there, they still hurt, right?
Right.
So for me, it's like I gotta make up for those in different aspects. So for me, I'm always planning early. I'm always coming up with the most crazy, thoughtful thing. For her, it's like the thought. Like she loves the cute, the cars, the personal stuff. So
Hmm,
like I kill her with what she loves. And I feel like for each girl, it's different. You got to sort of understand what they like, what they don't like. And my girl loved those type of stuff, so I just kill her with what she loves. and plan early and just try to set it up that way. Because even if I'm not there at the physical day, I always make sure she's good. I always make sure she got something. I always make sure she feels love. You know what I'm saying? So
And I think
yeah, that's
that's
what I would
stand up.
navigate.
That's stand up. Because I think because I'm the same way where it's like you make sure like, okay, if I can't be there for you on that day for whatever reason, right? I'm gonna make sure like there's something. Like I'm gonna make sure whatever it is that you like, I do it, right? Whether that is like I'll
Mm,
have the Valentine's Day celebration or you have the conversation before Valentine's Day or after, be like, all right, we're gonna celebrate, this weekend and or we're gonna celebrate, when I get back from the trip on this day, whatever.
yeah,
Like it does require as a hooper, like you gotta be very proactive when it comes to those type states. If you have, a significant other that's on that level, because obviously some dudes ain't got a woman that is necessarily, what I'm saying, Valentine's Day level.
worthy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I do think one of the things I think that I feel like we're like conditioned to kind of get over is like there is a level of like disappointment to it though, like regardless. Like
Oh, regardless,
because
yes.
you can do all the things, right? You can do the all right, we're gonna celebrate a day earlier, we're gonna do the weekend after, but it's like you
It
still
doesn't
gotta
matter
feel
unless
it
you're
on that
physically
day.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
never.
like you know what I'm saying? Because bro, it's kind of pain when it's like you try to have like a normal conversation with your girl on Valentine's Day, and like you'll text her Happy Valentine's Day emojis, all that, but and she'll try to hold it down too, but she's upset.
You know, I
That'd be
always
the
be trying
worst.
to avoid or swerve the conversation to something where
Yeah.
she doesn't end up thinking too much. Because with my girl, it's like once the thought or something, it's like a snowball effect. So I
Mhm.
just try to keep her off the path, but man, it's hard. It's tough.
Yeah, bro, it's
It's
tough,
tough. I'll
bro,
say
it's
that
tough.
much.
Like, literally, my girl told me she said she had to delete Instagram just off the strength.
Oh man,
She had to which granted, like, I listen, whatever you gotta do,
whatever
whatever
you
you
gotta do to get
gotta
it
do,
done.
I'm not mad at it, like, for real, because I understand that's tough, right? I do
Yeah,
truly understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not there, you know what I'm saying? You wanna be showered with love and everything like that, even though I did the things, like, you still are looking at it like people, oh, with the walking in with the hotel rooms and all the things, the big teddy bear full of
fam,
roses, and
fam.
I mean, listen, listen, listen. I mean, you and I really know what some of that be, but
Yeah,
that's for another podcast to discuss.
no, for sure.
But you know what I'm saying? Like in real time, your girl she gonna feel away if she kind of sees that her homegirls in the group chat talking about, oh, my man did this, my man did that, and she can say like what you did, but it's not real time, so it's kind of like,
It's
oh,
not impactful, I guess.
right. So it's kind of tough to deal with, but I do think that's where I think girls that are significant others of hoopers, like just the lifestyle is completely different. Like you really gotta, what I'm saying, you really gotta take on a lot because this basketball thing is truly like year round. Like I think
Yeah,
basketball is really the only sport where it's like truly year round. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
no
like you
matter
really
what
have to.
off seasons,
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
working out here, go here, like it's all over the place.
Yeah, it really is. And especially for, what I'm saying, especially for the overseas dudes, because it's like, unless you hitting a certain salary, your girl ain't necessarily coming with you. And
At
like,
all.
and even that threshold, right? Because it's like, okay, you could be making 5,000 a month. Like, is that really enough for you to make the decision? Like, all right, my girl's moving out here with me. Like, you know what I
And
mean? Like,
and it's crazy because even the people who do make the good money where your girl could come out, you're like, not everyone wants to live abroad or
yeah,
they have their careers, they have whatever they're doing in America as well. So that's also a tough decision because
yeah,
a
bro.
lot of those guys still the girls still be far away, right? Because
Mm,
they have their own perspective and careers as well. So
yeah, they got their
that whole
whole
aspect
lives
is
built
tough.
out too. So
Unless
it's
you're
really.
married, gridlock, yeah.
Yeah, but I was saying, even in marriage, like I feel like marriage honestly makes it harder though, because it's like, okay, okay, like it depends on what stage of marriage, right? Like, are you just married where it's just y'all and y'all just, living the vida loca,
Yeah.
or what I'm saying, you got you planning for kids, because then that becomes a
Uh,
whole conversation.
honestly, I think marriage makes it easier just because now that you guys are one, like y'all have to move on one accord. So it's either I'm about to play basketball and you're coming, or I'm not doing it at all. Like, what's
Mhm.
the point of us being married? Unless there's other circumstances, but
Right.
85, 90% of the time, it's like, okay, we're one, we're a union, right? So
Right.
when one makes one step, we both got to do it together. So I personally think it's easier on the marriage side, but I definitely get your point.
Oh, see, hold on, because now this is a topic. Low key, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you just respond so you can see where I'm going with this. How does a hooper know that he's found the one?
I mean, that's like asking how, I mean, any regular person's found the one. A hooper,
Yeah, like in particular, a hooper.
it all depends on yourself. Like for me, what I would say as a professional hooper, like you're doing this probably your late until your late 30s or wherever you're at the high standard.
Hmm.
For me, it has to be someone who's understanding, someone who's willing to adapt to any situation you're in, someone who's just a ride or die, like not just following you everywhere, but you know they got your back. They understand you. And I
Right.
think even hoopers, their best like as far as mate are people who understand that, whether it's other athletes that they date or are with or
Mhm.
that they marry, or people like on the entrepreneur side, or people who have their other stuff going on,
Yeah.
because they sort of understand that in a way. But as far as perfect match, I would say yes, someone who definitely understands the lifestyle, who comes from the lifestyle, someone who could support that without like making you feel some type of way for making a decision. Is
Yeah.
it Russia? Is it Turkey? You
That's
know what
real.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you're married, you have to come together and make those
Oh,
decisions. So you have to
and
have
it's
someone on your
hard
team
too. Hard decisions.
that's willing to adapt and that's really down for you and be like, okay, I'm putting like you're the head of this family. Like I'm gonna follow you, but at the end of the day, that comes with a lot of responsibilities from you. So you
Yeah.
have to be able to hold it down and find someone who entrusts you with holding it down. So
Yeah.
I
See,
think
I
those are
think
like the perfect qualities.
I agree with you. You definitely need someone that understands, but I also would say that in my mind, you in order to know like if she's the one, in your mind, you have to think about the conversation of if you keep playing or if you should stop. Like if you think about that conversation in terms of like the scenario where we gave, right? Where it's like, oh, we're married, but like I could go to Turkey, I can go to Russia, I can go to, Romania, I can go to these places, make the money, right? But you're like, yeah, this kind of needs to stop at some point. Like what, like, what I'm saying? Like you might need to give this up. Like obviously I'll let you
Mhm,
rock for however long, but I feel like you have the one when at least as a hooper, you're willing to like entertain that thought where
mhm.
it's like,
Without feeling some type
yeah,
of way or having some type of added pressure. Yeah.
right. Where it's like, all right, like, no, I've like you're my person, you're my one, but at the end of the day, like this decision to play in this place involves
Mhm.
more than just me. And so I
But
think
the
go ahead.
but the thing is with that, like I'm not even mad at the girl be like, "Okay, when is this gonna end?" Because at the same
Oh yeah,
time, it's real life. Like,
yeah, yeah.
as far as just a basketball career, like, okay, you're gonna play till what? You're nowadays like early 30s, mid 30s,
Hmm.
and then what's after that? Like 33, 30, if you're lucky enough, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So
That's the tough part too.
I'm not mad at that aspect because it's sort of like you sort of have to pivot. Or if you have stuff in place where you've already set up stuff to pivot,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's a whole different conversation as far as okay. But if this is solely your bread and butter and you have nothing else to far to hold you up,
Yeah,
then that's where like the red flags come in. It's just like, okay, nigga, I understand like you're making great money, but what happens when you can't play now? Like, are
right.
you building something else, or
Yeah.
if this is gonna be your end all do all, I'm gonna
Well,
need you to
yeah.
start
But
thinking
even
of
that,
stop playing
that's
or something, and then try to come up with
yeah.
something else. Because
Yeah.
are you just about to die at 35? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah, no,
saying?
that's a tough conversation, bro. Because I think because honestly, me and my girl have had this conversation, right? Where she's even been like, "So, what age do you think like you'll be done? Like, just realistically, like
Hmm.
what age?" And I'm always like, I mean, once again, and this is as someone that is, haven't even fully started. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like, dad, like, I mean, I'd love to be like 34, 35, like around there. Like, I'll be like, all right, like I'm cool, like I've lived the life. And even that question is it's almost like tough to answer because like you're interacting with the woman that you love, right? You're interacting with someone that you're truly interested in, someone that you could potentially see a life with. But it's like it's causing you to answer questions that you don't necessarily think about.
Think about, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I mean, I don't. Maybe I'm speaking for myself. You can relate. I'm sure there's other hoopers that could relate. Where it's like when we're in it, we ain't
You don't
necessarily
know.
thinking. At least when we're like young in it, right? Like we're not in our 30s. Whereas like I'm not thinking about when I'll be done. It's more so
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
I'm here. I'm trying to make sure every contract is better, every location's better, the salary's bigger, all that. Like that's the only focus. It's not necessarily thinking, oh, when I'm 36, however it go, it's over. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we just don't think like that. So I think when those conversations come up when with you and a significant other, it's kind of like, dang, like I gotta face something that, I wasn't necessarily expecting to face now.
No,
Especially if
for
like,
real.
because I'm 26, where it's like 26, I don't necessarily need to be thinking about when I'll be done playing. I guess not
And
necessarily
it's
something I need to think about.
and it's completely different because you know how they always say like you don't want to get with someone where they sort of take away your goals and ambitions as far as what you want to do. But this, like, as far as basketball wise, the goals and ambition sort of intertwined with just real life. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like I just can't be with you and have a dream of having a startup company and work on that 24/7 and I still be in the United States. Like, no, our dreams and ambitions have a time limit and a slot to be realistic, like
Yeah. Yeah.
where you can perform at your highest level. So it's sort of like if you're not willing to be in that along that ride ups and down, it's like, am I where they always say, are you going to give up your dream to be with the girl that you love?
Mhm.
Or are you not? And this is not a typical dream because, as I said, yeah, you can't just be with someone and still have ambitions to do or whatever. Like this is a
Oh, oh,
worldwide
oh yeah.
24/7
A
dream. Like it's
real dream.
completely different with different aspects, right?
And
So
there's
it's
nothing
hard.
else like it. And that's the thing too. There is nothing else like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you are a hooper and you become a trainer. I don't care if you're a hooper and you become a coach. There is nothing like when you are in it real time hooping, you know what I'm saying? You get to lace them up and play. There's no job like it. And it's like
Yeah,
with when you're done, you have to truly be at peace with the fact that you are done. And even that, right? Because I can see a world where, you might say, all right, I'm done and I'll pick my girl over hooping. But in your heart, you're like, I got more I could give to the game.
you know what I'm
And
saying?
now you got hella issues in your relationship just because in your brain, you're like, you the
I could have
reason I
been doing,
stopped hooping.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's tough, bro. That's tough. But even to piggyback on what you said earlier, right? In the scenario where your girl could be holding you accountable in the sense of, I understand that you're hooping. That's great. Keep doing it. But you ain't dying at 35. You ain't dying at 36. So like, what else are you doing?
yeah.
You
How
know
are
what I'm
you gonna
saying?
sustain this family or whatever we're
Yeah,
building here?
and I think, but I think even that is a real conversation and a good conversation to have. Like I do believe if you're a hooper, you need to do something else outside of basketball. I do
Sure.
believe that if you are an overseas hooper, G League hooper, TBL hooper, whatever level you on, you should have something else outside of the game because what I'm saying, we see too many horror stories or political type stories about dudes that should be given chances but aren't this and the third and they're left with nothing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
it's like at the end of the day, it's one of those like if basketball means that much to you, you should be willing to do the extra work to make sure that your life is still straight as you still pursue it. Like it
Yeah,
ain't no joke. Ain't no joke because
yeah,
it gets nasty for people here, especially with just the way society is and stuff like that. Inflation's up and everything like that. You better
man.
figure out, you know what I'm saying, what you doing.
Real quick, real quick. But as far as just to that relationship point, it's hard because I even have a I'm not gonna say his name, but one of my close friends, close teammates, like he was in a situation like that. You know, he got out of college, he went overseas and whatnot, and he had got hurt
Hmm.
real bad. You know, he was with his girl, and his parents were talking about like you should get a real job. Da 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 da. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get right." But no one really believed in him. So like they had their rifts. That relationship ended, And needless to say now, like, bro, he's the top dog overseas in Asia, like,
Mm.
bro, doing it everything he prayed for, dreamed for, put in the work. Like I've
Yeah,
seen, like
yeah,
he's there, he's at the level, and just to see like the sacrifices you have to give up because it's like okay, I'm not, I don't want to do this. That's what you want to do. I'm gonna cut everything off. And when I tell you like he doesn't entertain no relationships, nothing because he knows it's not gonna work and he has his own goals and
yeah,
aspiration that he wants to hit. So he doesn't even like he obviously he entertains girl, but as far as serious, like he doesn't take nothing serious because he knows, hey, I could be here, I could be there, I can't give you my all as
right.
well. So
Yeah, I
it's
think
tough.
I think that's where it's like that understanding where it's like I feel like if you're a hooper that's truly looking for a relationship, honestly, you need to try to date another athlete. Like I
Yeah,
feel like to just
that's the only way it works.
yeah, like to truly like kind of eliminate a lot of that headache and like having to explain stuff that you just already instinctually know, like you've been living by this code for however many years. Like just date another athlete because she's at least going to understand. Oh, I got to go put in extra time. Oh, I'm going to the gym late. Oh, I'm going to do this mobility session in the morning and I'm gonna shoot after. Like she's gonna like there's just already gonna be a level of understanding. And like that be the thing that's like for men, like the most annoying when it's like, now I gotta go over here and shoot. Like
Go,
I'm
yeah,
going
I
early to
know.
practice. I don't want to explain that to you. Like, you know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
yeah,
I think that's like just kind of a shortcut to kind of if you're looking for your one, just date someone that's
yeah,
already like
that's in
experienced
here,
as an athlete because
bro.
that's tough, bro. Sheesh, that's tough. You get
Yeah,
back from
one
injury, it's tough.
yeah, so one last take since we're just around the conversation. I was talking to my girl the other day, and I
Mhm.
was just explaining to her like I was like, could you date or be with me if I was, or say if we're married, like could you be married to me if I was like a top college head coach? Because I was even thinking about that dynamic as far as having a wife and being on that level. Like when you're a head coach, like 24, like you're never home
Oh, that's a
all year
fact.
round,
Oh my god.
24/7. You're not
Oh my
coming home
god.
till
Yeah.
you're from 6 in the morning you're at the office. You're coming home at what 8, 9, and then even when you're coming home, you're going over scout, you're preparing for the next game. Like you
Facts.
really don't get
Facts.
that time with your family or loved ones. I even think that's worse than
It's
having a
way worse.
partner
I think it's
overseas,
worse.
being married to
Yeah.
like a top head coach because like as I said, basketball is all year round, recruiting, everything wise. So I kind of pushed her and she was like, yeah, I don't think I could do that. I kind of broke it down like, bro, I would never like head coaches are never at home at all.
Yeah, bro. And that's the thing too. Like we as players, like when we're in it, like when we're in college, like you don't really notice it. But like
Fam.
looking back, you're like, Dad, the family was at the dinner, they was at the practice, they was at when we had to go to the football game, they was at when we was at that fundraiser, they was at everything. And it's just like, well, that's the only time they would actually be able to see, their dad. That's the only time they would actually be able to see their husband. Like, that's crazy.
The sports world is such a grind on all levels, players, coaches, the assistant coaches as well. Like I'm not even making the top dollar. I'm making mediocre money trying to get put on, and I'm not even seeing my family. I'm seeing my family for 2 hours out of the day, two to
Yeah.
three hours. If you get the chance, if you come home and your kids are still up and
Yeah.
your wife is still wants to
Mhm.
talk to you, like
Right, and you don't
feel
even
me,
and it's not even, like, intentional time either. It's like, "Oh,
bro?
I gotta prepare this scout," so it's like, I'm talking to you
Really
while I'm
think
looking
about
at
it,
the
bro.
film. That's yeah, bro. And to your point, like, with the money, because it's like, you don't really start making money in as a
Mm-mm.
college coach until you are at least an assistant coach, and even then, depending on the level
The level
they're
of
at.
you have to be
Then,
the
like,
next up type.
I was having this conversation, with, one of the coaches. He's a mid-Monmouth coach. He's like it's like I don't wanna say it's rec level, but it's like lower level, younger kids type level.
Yeah,
And, he was even saying he's like, the only reason why he didn't necessarily really pursue coaching is just because in order for him to necessarily get his foot in the door, like, he would have to go to, like, South Kakalaki as, like, a director of operations, do
video
well there,
coordinator,
bid for something like that,
Dobo.
then end up having to go to, like, the middle of South Dakota as, like, the 3rd assistant coach. Then after that, maybe get and it's like, "Dog, you ain't raising no family." Plus, like you said, you ain't making no money for real. Like,
There's
not any, like,
levels.
significant money if you have a family. Like,
Yeah,
that's a different level of commitment, bro. Like, you really gotta know off the gate, like, "Okay, I wanna be a head coach. Boom, Imma
this
go
is
to
my
this
life. Yeah,
level first. Boom, before you really even involve a relationship. Just out of
that's a
fairness.
fact.
Just out of fairness, because that's
Yeah,
that's a lot
fairness
to
to the
ask.
partner. It is.
Yeah, that's a lot to ask, bro. A lot to ask. So I think, you know what I'm saying, it's an interesting topic when you think about like relationships and basketball and everything like that. And I think kind of doubling down on the points, like if you get a girl that has been in athletics or is a current athlete herself, like just that level of understanding kind of cuts through a lot of that stuff where it's
Keep
just,
her.
yeah, no, keep her for real because this stuff is no joke, bro. Like at all.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, shout out to my girl because you holding it for real. Because I know. Listen, bro, like I gotta say it because you know what I'm saying. It ain't like I'm some dude that's making however much money on overseas. Like, man, I'm still fighting. So
Stuck in the ground, yeah.
yeah, I'm still in the grind of it. So for her to support me, love me the way that she do, nigga,
Mm.
that's priceless. I can't put no.
I
You know what I'm saying? I gotta shout that out on my public platform. I got to.
Yeah, I see you. I see you, King.
Yeah. Word. Left you the lob for your girl, but it's cool. Money bags for Denzel. You know what I'm saying? He
My
he don't
girl
even gotta
knows what
say
it
nothing. Yeah.
is.
Whereas she
My girl
word
knows
money
what it
bags for
is,
Denzel.
bro. I ain't got to say too much, man.
ain't gotta say what's
You
understood don't
threw,
need to be explained.
you know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
That's how it is over here. You
But I ain't
stupid.
mad. Listen, I ain't mad at you, brother. I love the way you run your household. I ain't mad at you. This is your household.
Oh
Um,
man.
nah, but so
What you laughing at? You weak already.
bro, that's funny. That's really funny. She said, "Man, I ain't gotta say nothing." You know what I'm saying? You know how she know
You
what it
threw
is.
it. I seen you
I did.
throw it,
You
but I
see,
was
you see
like,
me doing
I seen you throw it, but I was like, I mean, I've already talked about. I just literally expressed all my feelings, or like
where
throughout this whole.
listen,
I need a triple down again.
hey
It was all
dog,
right.
Valentine's Day
You
just
know,
passed, so we gotta triple down, quadruple down, whatever we gotta do.
yeah.
I
Nah,
threw it right
Trey
at the
threw the
rim for
lob.
you.
Trey threw the lob. I came down with it. Pump fake.
Where he came back.
It laid it. I
No,
seen.
you
I was like,
did.
why you
You
throwing?
definitely
Why you
did.
throwing a lob when you could just
Word.
bounce pass to
Hey,
me? Come on,
that's
bro.
that. That's that.
You
That's that
doing too
Tyler
much.
Hero to Udonis Haslem lob right there. Like, boy, what did you do with throwing this lob to me? Like, I
Come
ain't about
on
to do
now.
nothing with this lob. I'm coming
Oh
straight down
man.
off 2 feet, pump faking, pivoting, pump faking again. That's
Yo,
funny.
you're stupid.
Oh man.
Oh man.
But nah, shout out to all the relationships out there, man. All the hoopers in
Shout out.
relationships. Shout outs to you, know what I mean? So one piece of news, we ain't really talking much of the NBA today, but I think this deserves should be talked about. LeBron is the all-time leading scorer in the playoffs and the regular season. Why is no one talking about it?
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. When they said it, it was like, oh, I gotta watch the game, but I didn't even end up watching the game. Like, I've I've become one of those people. Like, I still recognize his greatness, but it's like when someone is on that level for so long, it's like it's just like anything. You get accustomed to it. You get used to it.
Mhm.
So like even like the whole Stephen Curry situation, like 2 weeks before they're throwing a parade when he's about to break the all time three points
Yeah,
3 point
I have
leading
to
scorer
compare it to
ever.
that though. No,
And
is that
now it's
not?
like LeBron's turn and everyone's sort of like, okay, it's LeBron. Like he's been doing this for the past 17 years. Like
That is crazy.
we've become so accustomed to his greatness that we don't even flinch. Like it's his greatness is the normal for us. And if he doesn't hit that benchmark, we bash.
That is crazy. Like that
It
is
is wild.
such.
It is wild though.
That is a level of greatness that few people on the planet actually accomplish. Whereas, like, you are so great that literally the only thing there is to talk about is your failures, quote unquote.
That's the
Like
only thing. He's so
that
great.
is
We
crazy.
don't even flinch, bro.
Wow.
Bron did what? He dropped how much? I mean,
Who?
cool. It's Bron though. He's supposed to do
That's
that if
probably
you
yeah.
ask anyone.
Nah,
But
I must say one thing I am glad that they like ESPN in particular kind of stopped doing was like those random behind stats with Braun. Like,
oh,
you remember them stats? They'd be like, LeBron is the first player in NBA
first
history
player.
to score 25 plus points when it's 70 degrees out and the temperature in the gym was 69 degrees Fahrenheit and there was an attendance of over 10,000 people and there was 15 players available on each team. Like,
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, because each one of those stats, even though they were kind of random, they were impressive also.
Well,
Those little random joints.
it depends on what they put on. Like
You gotta
when
read
they
between
would
the
say
lines.
like when they would no, well, no, the random stat I think that would impress me if like they would be like, LeBron has hit a game winner against every team in the NBA. That type of stat's hard. That's hard. That's a random stat. And I'm like, oh, for real? That's hard.
Yeah.
But when they say something to the effect of, oh, LeBron has now gotten a triple double in I don't even know what in the first half of the season. Like it's like, what are we talking about? Like
Yeah,
that's not what do we that's not
it's still
anything.
greatness.
Yeah, like
The
that's
fact that
greatness.
they have it on record is it's something of importance, I guess. So
And they
who
just trying to
knows?
give somebody a job. Stop it.
They trying to get someone to
They
drop.
trying to get they just trying to give somebody something to do, dog. Ain't nobody worried about no stat like that. Not like
Yeah,
that. Like
I'm
they'll
not
be like,
worried.
LeBron is the first player in the new modern era since 2007 to score 10 points in 5 minutes. They'd be like, wait, what? What stat is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. It is crazy. Even him playing like this, I gotta watch more of his games because
Fam,
he's not gonna be
I've
on
been
this
watching.
level of greatness for
I've
forever.
I've been watching. This is by far maybe the most
Yeah,
offensively efficient, most
he's been.
skilled LeBron James we've ever seen. Like I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
Like
he has to be skilled. Yeah, he's
no,
old.
he
He older
absolutely
now.
has to
Oh,
be.
yeah. He
But
has to be that
I
skilled.
think
Yeah,
I think what's interesting about it, and we don't necessarily have to talk about long about this. One thing about Bron now, like Bron is at a level in his career where obviously he's not necessarily like just going downhill, going through dudes, jumping over dudes, all that. But
he's
you can
making
tell that
shots.
he's truly just like thinking the game through, and he just
Tactical. Yeah,
knows, he knows when he can go full court, coast to coast. He knows when what I'm saying, where his drives are. Like he's at a place now where he's like, okay, I know this is going to be a three. I'm gonna shoot. I know this is going to be a mid range. I know this is going to be a straight line
yeah.
drive on this off the snake. Like he just knows at this point. So, and that's made him extremely efficient. Extremely.
Hard to guard too, because
Oh my
he
god.
passed first.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I just hope we just get to see them. Maybe and just get to the play-in. I'll be excited if y'all in the play-in.
Man, I ain't gonna
Just do
lie.
that.
With AD getting hurt now,
Hold
I
on,
don't
hold
know.
on, hold on.
I don't know.
Yo, I have like if I could say one thing to like the Lakers, I don't know what's training staff, medical staff, whatever the case may be. Like, granted, AD, he's always getting hurt. Not always getting hurt. It's not his fault. That last one was very gruesome.
I'm gonna say I wanted to make
No,
sure because that last one can
but
happen to anyone. That's not even like one of those AD hurt again type joints.
yeah, it's not. But I have one suggestion. Anthony Davis, he's your guy's asset. I don't care how much millions he makes. I don't care what his opinion is. Y'all need to go get that man. First, y'all need to go get that man some high top shoes to wear. I'm done with the low tops. Two, he needs to be wearing ankle braces on each ankle
Each
and getting
one
taped.
word. Nah.
I'm done
Listen.
dead ass. Like y'all are playing with y'all future because if he
Yeah,
goes down for a substantial amount of time, he's
yeah,
not
it's over.
even going to be worthy of any trade of nothing. Like, bro, it takes one thing, and he's always been hurt. Y'all have to really sit him down, with, bro. No more low tops. I'm sorry, it may look ugly. We're
Yeah.
putting on ankle braces and tape just for him because he's always down there in the trenches blocking shots, whatever the case may be. This is a reoccurring thing. It's not his fault at all. I'm not making jokes or anything, but we just got to take some more precautions just because he's
I
more
agree.
prone. That's
No, I
all.
agree. I agree. I agree. And I think what's interesting is like the narrative, right? Because obviously, like media paints a narrative. Because before it was, oh, AD's hurt again. Oh, here we go. Oh, this brother's soft. Oh my God, he's street clothes. Like, oh God, this guy. But it's like, I think after this last injury, I think everyone's starting to come to their senses, just like, nah, this guy's just getting a bad rep. Like
Bad.
this is just bad luck as much as bad luck gets when it comes to like injuries. Cause like honestly, like even his last injury with the knee thing, where like the guy
Yeah,
fell
someone
into his leg,
ran into his yeah, you
yeah,
can't
like
do
that,
nothing about any
you
of those.
can't do nothing about that. Like you just can't. So I think I agree with your point. Training staff, y'all got to sit him down, get him some high tops. Like I think get him in some Kobe nines. You know what I'm saying? Start using the brown tape for the ankles. Something.
Brown
'Cause
tape.
You know the brown tape I'm talking about. That stuff was indestructible. Listen,
Yo,
no more white tape. Use purely brown tape and the stretch tape.
yeah,
Not the stretch tape. What's
my only issue with it, like, I have no problem with, like, him getting hurt or anything like that. It's
Mhm.
not it's not like him getting hurt, it's the reaction that he brings on himself when he does. It's like, "Okay, fam, we understand you rolled your ankle, but you just acting like you're like." Did you see how he acted? He rolled a million,
Nah,
1,000
I ain't
times,
gonna
like,
lie. I feel him. I feel him on that. Nah,
no,
that
he's
joint was
no,
crazy.
I don't feel him just because of every time he goes down for the littlest stuff when you think he's injured and he's really not. He puts
Mhm.
on like his best Denzel Washington
Okay.
performance.
So,
So
wait.
so it's
Hold
like
on,
so
hold
it's
on.
like now I don't know if you're
If he's really
actually
hurt.
like
That's real. Crying
it's
wolf.
up in the air. Like,
I get it. That makes sense. But the reason so I agree with you to a point because you saw the way his ankle the outside of his ankle pretty much landed on the ground. Like
yeah, your
that ain't
outside of your ankle landed on the ground, but then you're gonna twirl 10 times over and
I'm
make it
not
worse.
that's not listen, that reaction to me, that's not one of those that I'm like, oh, he's being dramatic again. I don't see that
Okay.
one. Now, when he had like those instances where like his heel would hurt or something like that, and he's
And
ah,
then he just popped back up like, no,
yeah,
no,
like I'm with you. That's where I agree with you. But I would say for that particular one, I'm going to give grace and understanding towards you rolling
okay.
around, kind of yelling, because that looked like that was bad.
Yeah, that
Like that,
his
like that's one of
joint
those.
was on the ground, yeah.
Yeah, like I really pray that he doesn't have like a fractured ankle. You know what I'm saying? Because that was bad. Like that's about as bad as it gets when it comes to rolling your ankle,
Mhm.
to be honest. So yeah, I think shoot, I'll say it. Nobody else wants to say it, so I'll say it. Anthony Davis, you need to fire your trainer.
He's a fire.
They're gonna end up. The Lakers are gonna fire their training staff again. You need Anthony Davis. You need to go to whoever is the best of the best when it comes to lower extremity strength training and stability and durability. Whoever
He
that
needs it
person
all.
is, you need to pay them a lot of money to work with you every single day. Did I say it right? Every single day
Bro, you're
to get
retarded.
you your knees, your ankles, your hips, shoulders, the whole nine,
Everything a lie?
everything in line. Because this is crazy.
Nah,
Once
that's
again,
wild.
he's getting bad luck. But at the end of the day, we got to respond with something. Now, the Lakers and their training staff. Y'all just need to hire somebody new. I'm not familiar with like training staffs in the NBA and who's the best and blah blah blah. But clearly, y'all need to put
Yeah,
like, and that is honestly something we should have been paying attention to. I'm actually mad I didn't pay attention to this before. Because
that's
remember,
not on them.
no. Wait, hear me out though. The Lakers, when they were first formed, this team, they were old, right? That's what everybody was saying. Everybody was saying, yo, if this team is healthy, they'll make it, right? We should have paid attention to that training medical staff. If that training medical staff was and I don't want to talk bad about them currently now. Like I don't know. I don't turn like you know what I'm saying? Like they'll be like, oh, like he's the best, trainer in the NBA. Like, I don't know. But I pray that the Lakers had the foresight to be like, okay, we have an older team, right? We got a bunch of guys that are very important pieces for us, and they're older. So we need to make sure that they're healthy. We need to make sure that our training staff is as great as it can be. As great as it can be. Like whoever's the best available, we need to hire them. Because similar to the Nets should be doing the same thing. Whoever the best available training staff person is, we need to hire them. Because as we've seen, we are a hamstring, an ankle, a shoulder,
Mm,
a hip, a knee away from winning a
For
championship.
for me, it's like I don't think I mean, it's very important to have the best of the best, but I don't think when it really comes that down to it, it really doesn't matter if it's the best of the best. Because I could be the best mechanic in the world, but if you keep bringing me a rundown Honda Civic that needs tune up every month, it's like there's nothing I could do for you. I'm gonna continue fixing it, but with every couple months, you're gonna continue coming back. So
Right.
it's kind of
No,
hard.
makes sense. No, listen, it's tough. So like, I don't want to say come across as though like I'm saying like it's completely on the training staff, but
Yeah.
you at least want to make sure like the things are in place. But anyway, we don't got to talk about them anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
Facts.
the last thing I
Oh
got on
yeah,
my list.
Trey.
Go
I was
ahead. What
about
you
to
got?
say, so what do you think about when you talk about it that much? Oh, yeah, when you talk about it all, what do you think about the James Harden joint?
Oh,
James Harden and oh yeah, and my man Ben
oh my god.
finally free. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that whole situation? Real quick, we ain't gotta
All
be
right,
here for too long.
real quick.
Yeah.
Philly, no. Brooklyn, y'all are never gonna win a championship now. It's over. It's over for that. It's time to blow up the team. It's over. It's
You
over.
said blow up the team?
Blow them up. It's over with.
Yo,
Over with. It's over with.
I'm gonna save this clip because when my man Ben 10 comes back on a rampage,
Ben 10.
I need an apology and I
Ben
need you to keep the
10.
same energy.
I
When my
need
man
proof. I need proof.
hey, keep that same energy. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
you know I will. Listen.
That's all I'm saying.
I
That's
want
it.
to be wrong.
That's all I'm
I
saying,
hope
man.
I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong.
Break up the team. You're so
Break 'em up.
disrespectful.
It's not going to work. It doesn't
You're
work.
disrespectful. What do you
It
mean?
doesn't work.
New York's about to lift its mandate. Kyrie's finally gonna go full time.
Damn, take that away. Look at the playing style of Kyrie,
Bro,
Ben Simmons, and KD. It
it will
doesn't
work.
fit
It works perfectly, actually.
in the half court. How does it work?
It works. What do you mean? It works perfectly.
I'm sorry, people that are listening. We're about to get basketball nerded out for a second. In the half court, what does that offense look like?
You have KD who could do anything. He could catch off ball, come off screens, be on ball. You could put him anywhere. You
What's
have
Ben gonna do?
Kyrie. You have
No. Get to it. What's Ben gonna do?
You have Kyrie. He could be on ball or off ball. He could be creating. You have Ben Simmons who could
What's
be
Ben
on
Simmons
ball.
do?
It's a facilitator. What he does his whole life. What do you mean? The only time I'm worried about Ben Simmons is what? Probably the last 4, 5, 6 minutes of the game. But as far as everything leading up to that,
Wait. So you're telling me that you're okay with him, except for when it matters?
I'm still okay with it. I'm gonna put
How
him
does
in
that
the dunker.
work?
I'm gonna have Kyrie on ball. I'm gonna put Ben Simmons right in the dunker spot, and so when he gets rebounds, when he gets defensive rebounds, he's gonna push. He's gonna push and create. But in the half court,
you're telling me in the playoffs, you are comfortable with Ben Simmons being on the bench when the game is on the line?
I'm comfortable with Ben Simmons being in the game. In a Brooklyn Nets jersey in the playoffs. Me personally, I have faith in Ben Simmons.
No. How much time is left? How much time is left in the game?
However much time is left. What? 2, 1 minute?
He's
It
not
doesn't
making
matter.
foul shots until he shows me different.
Oh my God.
Until he shows me different. Let me be very clear. I'm going off of the last thing I've seen. What you be saying? The sample size. From the sample size I've seen. Okay. I'm going off of that. So when I think about their playing style, when I think about how Ben likes going coast to coast, Kyrie likes going coast to coast, KD likes going coast to coast. When I think about the half court, Ben ain't really doing nothing in the half court. That's KD and Kyrie time, right? How does it work? How does that offense look?
Bro, you'll see. You'll see.
No, listen, I hope I'm wrong. I would like to be wrong, but I don't think it's going to work.
When my man Ben Simmons comes back, knocking down treys, being aggressive, going 60% from the line, that's all I need. That's all I need.
Listen, I will immediately call your phone and I will say,
that's all I need.
I will immediately call your phone because I'm gonna be watching.
There's no way he's been sitting at home for the past 5 months not doing anything. That's all I'm gonna say. And if he does, I'll die on that ledge. But there's no way. Wanting what he's been wanting to get out, finally getting the opportunity. There's no way he comes to Brooklyn and shits the bed. That's it.
We'll see.
That's how I feel.
We'll see.
He got himself a new girl, new city. He's out there living his life.
All right, let me ask you this then. Does he play when the Nets play Philly? In Philly? Does he play?
Hell no.
Or does his back start hurting?
His mental health, bro. He's still fucked up.
All right. It's over. It's over for this. Hey, appreciate you guys. Round of applause.
Nah. Hold on. There's no way he could play in that game, though. Realistically, no.
Why? No, he's back. He's been doing all the things, and hasn't been just sitting for 5 months.
The level of disrespect that whole organization in the city has put towards him, I wouldn't be mad if he never played another game of Philly just because he didn't want to. I'm with him on that.
No, I'm not.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
man, yeah, we're gonna agree to disagree. Round of applause. A successful episode here at the 2 for 1 podcast. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. We love you guys for real. Always remember your jump shot isn't short. You just need to use your legs. Make sure that you're stretching and rolling out before and after your workout. And ladies, get that man a Chipotle bowl. He's been working hard. Make sure you go double meat, double chicken, or chicken and steak, whatever you decide.
Hey, yo, pause.
No. Come on, man. We talk. I'm grown, man. Man, I'm out. We out.